We're recording.
Good evening. Welcome to the Hideaway Hills Management Committee meeting as of April 27th, 2021. It's a beautiful day in Hideaway, so try to get out and enjoy it. You can watch this tomorrow when it's raining on Golf League night. Anyway, we have no invited guests tonight, so you have a member on. I don't know if they had anything they wanted to speak. So with no. Jeff, you want to walk us through our delinquency numbers and any updates on delinquencies?
Sure. We had, as of March 15th, 26,945, and this month, as of April 15th, 25,436. $5,928 of that is within the 30-day period, so not what we would actually truly consider delinquent. And of that, over $16,000 is currently with the legal office. So that number, until those are paid or action is finalized on any of those, is actually, that number just keeps growing. Road delinquencies as of March 15th, 2,870, and April 15th, $2,930.
Okay. Any questions on delinquency? Nope. Right. Let's move right along to our part funds and dam account.
Okay. Capital fund is inching right along currently at 331,140. Depreciation fund total at 318,193. And that is after backing out the check for the zero-turn mower, which will be here this week, the freezer for the lodge, and the range for the lodge. Freezer's here, range will be here tomorrow.
Gotcha. Do we have any update?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do we have any update on the mowers?
They're talking August or September probably on the fairway mower.
What about the Toro zero turn?
That's the one that'll be here this week.
Oh, okay. Good.
And that was, we got in just in time. Had we not taken that one unit that was available, it would have been July before we received a unit. So they're still running far behind. And then the dam account total is currently at 121,317 combined. So of that, in the actual checking account, 19,612. So I signed a check today, a transfer check for 14,400 to go into that dam repair checking account out of operating, and that's what will be needed to pay May's dam account payment.
Gotcha. Are we what are we charging that to expense wise?
I'll have to check with Penny. I'm not. I didn't look at which account it was going to.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think credit. This is a debit to the loan. It's really not an expense. It's just paying down the loan with operating funds.
Right.
So, all right. Any questions on the dam account?
Not on the dam account. I had a question. I just don't think we've allocated any money out of capital yet this year. Is that correct?
That's correct. I don't think we did anything last year either.
Yeah.
Rex. When we do end up purchasing the Rfid gate, that will come out of capital, or gate system that will come out of capital, because it's a new item.
But I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything pending. I knew the mowers and the other stuff coming out of depreciation. So.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
So back on the dam, when's that going to get paid off?
I believe it's slated for November.
November? Okay.
Yeah. But payments are, I mean, just without having to try and get QuickBooks open and freeze everything up, payments are just over $33,000. And as of board meeting last week, no more payments have been made since then. The balance of the loan was $180,000 and some change. So if I think I want to say I've calculated that was November, October, November for the payoff. running about 61,000 shy of what's actually needed to pay it off. That'll end up coming out of operating.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So when we get down to 100,000, the plan would be to take the money out of capital, pay the loan off. When that releases our 101,705 from Popular Bank, we can take it back or out of deposit and then pay back the capital fund, make it whole.
Yep.
I believe that would be the correct way to do that, just so we don't continue to pay interest.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
All right. Fund transfers, Jeff. Where are we
Fund
at?
transfers. All right, we did some more catching up. We are actually all current on everything with the exception of amenities for 2022, which were paid up through January, and the depreciation account, which were also paid up through January. So made some gains there on each of those since the last meeting. We were up through the end of the year. And then the insurance fund, the capital fund, everything else is up to date. What a way to be, huh?
Yeah. What does that give us for a total outstanding?
70, actually, hold on one second. 72,942.
Good. That's a lot better than 260, which I think was about the high point of that. So, appreciate the members voting for the assessment increase. It's getting us caught up, and hopefully start funding some of these things we need to take care of. All right. We have no request for expenditures this week, this meeting. So let's move right into discussion items. A lot to discuss.
All right, so the North Park portalet, that request was sent to the range committee. They feel like they use both of theirs in anytime there's a community event at the gun range, so they would prefer, unless we're taking it back and forth, prefer not to let go of one of theirs. So I think if we're going to put one there, it's going to need to come out of operating. Not something that was budgeted, and I'm not sure. I guess I don't have a handle yet on what the difference is between last year when one wasn't needed there and this year when there's the impression that one is.
This came from the Long Range Planning Committee. There's been people using North Park, and then when they want to go to the bathroom, they're crossing a member's private property to get to the Porta John that is at the North Docks. And so the Long Range Planning Committee requested that we consider putting a porta pot there for people coming in on the kayaks and the canoes and fishing down there.
Okay, and there was no kayaking or canoeing or fishing last year, or was it just?
There was. It was just happening, and it wasn't getting brought up. So yes, okay. There's been kayaking, canoeing, and fishing there the last several years. I mean, I guess what's the monthly impact of getting one there?
It's a $55 fee and then a delivery fee, and then $99 a month. But I guess my thought is they're starting to add up because the Organic Garden Committee is now requesting one for over in that area. And then the amphitheater wasn't budgeted just because it wasn't in last year's financials because there was no concerts last year. So
I guess.
Do we have a?
Go ahead, Marty. I guess my thought would be the Organic Garden Committee, if they wanted to go buy one like the ORV and the gun range did, then we would support obviously taking care of it like we've done for the other amenities. But I think they need to kind of partner with us a little bit, where the North Park, there really is no, I mean, we maintain that ourselves as management. Okay. Marty?
I was just going to ask what our total count of porta potties is now.
I want to say 3, not counting these.
So 3 plus another probably 1, 2,
4 really, because amphitheater needs 2, from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't recall what the price was. The accessible one, wheelchair accessible one for the amphitheater was
Yeah.
a little bit higher
more.
priced. Yeah, 139, I think.
I guess I want to get Steve and Rex. I want to get your guys' thoughts. Marty, what's your support, or is this not worth it?
I think we should do it, but I think that going into next year, we should probably plan this out a little bit better. And like you mentioned, the range committee had partnered with us on that, and I think that at those areas there should be some sort of partnering on it. I mean, obviously we could take care of the maintenance on it, the continuing thing so that it's coordinated, but a little help would be nice.
Are you talking about for North Park, or are you talking about for
I'm talking about in general for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for this year, I think North Park and the other ones should be, we should go ahead with them.
Rex, you have anything to add?
Yeah, if we do one at the beach, we need to do one at North Park. They're used. It's not the same, but and I agree, we can't have people traipsing across private property to get to the other one by the docks. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, your thoughts?
Yep. I was hoping we could swipe one from the range. Just heard from, well, I didn't get a response at all, but Jeff did. I guess, I don't know, from the expense side, we need to have those at the North Park just for the convenience of our members. The one at the range. The second one, I mean, it gets used 5 days a year.
Understood. But all right, want to make a motion to get that?
I'll make a motion that we get the
Marty.
one at North Park.
Steve or Rex,
Second.
you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second.
All right, sounds like we're in favor. Jeff, you want to get that one ordered, Jeff? And I'd put it somewhere near the light pole.
Okay. And then Organic Garden Committee, see if they're interested in paying.
Well,
Rent?
yeah, if they're willing to buy one, like the ORV
Purchase.
committee and the gun range did, we would support taking care of it,
Okay, got it.
because that's usually just for that amenity.
Do they buy it outright? And then,
ORV did. Usually the company has some older ones that you can just buy for $400 or $500, and then
you just pay the monthly fee for
you
whenever
pay the
you
monthly
want it.
service. Yeah, you pay for the monthly service. And I think we only pay for it in the summer because they don't get used obviously much in the winter.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I got
Wait,
another question.
Go ahead.
Just while we're on the North Park, had somebody ask me, why do we have a gate there and why is it locked during nighttime?
I can't hear very well.
he asked, why do we have a gate at North Park and why is it locked? So, Steve, the park is closed from, essentially 9 to 9 or dark to daylight. And the idea around that was try to keep, basically keep people from going in there and tearing it up, riding rampant, whatever, golf carts, four-wheelers, whatever. And that was why it was always closed, just to keep people out of there at night and keep it, people can still fish. They just have to park at the front and walk in. That's the rationale of that.
And we've not done a great job of getting it unlocked on a regular basis. So we're working with security on making sure that's consistent.
On the weekends, noontime or something, people, they want to know when it was opened, and I didn't have a real reason why we even kept it locked, since there was really nothing there other than, I guess, members' kayaks. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, the rationale, Steve, is the area gets wet, especially it doesn't take much rain and it gets pretty wet, and you could go in there and tear that area up pretty easily. But it is supposed to be open first thing at daylight. It's just got to we got to remind security that it is opened at daylight, dusk to dawn.
Yeah, Jeff, can we get that put on like their checklist for their rounds at like 5 a.m. or something like that?
I think we're going to need to, because it's been missed more often than not, I think. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anything else about North Park? All right. Pond aeration water treatment. This is talking about Lake Deerfoot down by the maintenance building.
And
Steve,
Steve, real quickly, we received the pond dye today. It had been ordered a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Okay, we've been a couple weeks, 3 weeks into the fish project. The areas are getting greener, they're getting bigger. I probably would have made an application to knock that down, but with the cold temperatures, I decided to wait till this week. So probably the end of the week after the rain blows through, I think we need to get it knocked down and then work with Rick as far as how we normally would get the pond dye in if we use their boat or what we need to do on that. And then the aerator, I did some checking on that, and the price that we did get, I sent an email out to everybody saying that after I checked around, that was as good a price as we could get any place.
Okay. So I will tell you, it's a good time to spray right now because all that duckweed's pushed down to the north end, so you could kill it off
Good west
pretty
wind,
easily.
that helps.
You could kill it off pretty easily without having to spray much of the lake. So, Steve, are you going to work with Rick about getting the bluing put in?
Yes, I'll check with Rick, and then also with, if we decide to go ahead and purchase the aerator, I'll go ahead and get with him, and we'll look at some positioning and determine how much wire we're going to need to order with it, I guess. I think it's increase in price every 50 foot. And I think, if I remember right, Wood, we have 150 foot, Jeff, 100 foot. I don't remember what that quote was, but
I think we were needing 150 foot.
I think
Yeah.
the quote had 100 we sent out, but
Was it just 100?
I don't remember.
Okay.
We can, somebody can find the quote, we can approve it. We can get that approved so we can get it ordered. And then Steve, you can work with Rick to find out like best place to put it.
yes, sir.
I'd like to get that pond under control before it becomes a major eyesore.
We'll do her. I think Rick's on vacation. I saw in an email, so when he gets back next week, I'll make be there Monday, set up time with him sometime Monday and talk with him about placement and electric and length of cord and all that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, let's get that. Maybe tomorrow, if you can find that quote, Jeff, and get it out to us, and we'll approve it. I think we need to get that done before the next meeting.
Okay.
If that's okay, everybody
Actually,
else.
we may.
All right. Yeah, no, I think we should get that going right now. So once we find the quote.
Actually, I've got it. Give me a second to open.
Don't crash your computer.
I know, right? That was Par West, right, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. And you were right. It is 100 feet of cord. Casco Marine 4400 HVX fountain, 240 volt float, C85 control panel, and 100 feet of cord. $2,924 before tax. I don't have tax on here, unfortunately.
So what they say about another 500 foot or another 50 foot of cord or $500?
Yeah, I was thinking
it's not on the quote.
options. I was
What'd you
thinking
think?
there was a price difference between the cords. But I think if we added 500 to it, if we needed another 50 feet, we'd be good. If we need that 150.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what we
I'm-
can do is approve up to $3,500 just to make sure it covers it.
Well, we got tax too, so we
Yeah,
better we better
Any-
approve up to 4 for tax and 150 foot of cable.
What about shipping?
I don't have that listed either.
Yeah, I think you get 4. If it's more than 4, just come back to us and we can reapprove.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that good for a motion? I move we approve up to $4,000 for pond aeration and the cabling necessary to install.
Okay.
I second it.
Marty, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? All right. This pond
Maybe
under
we can
control.
Maybe we can get the disco lights in for that too.
We can send you out there in a kayak, Rex, and you can with a flashlight, you can make disco lights.
I can do that. All right.
I'll go find a disco ball on eBay or something.
Yep.
Good luck with that. That's your own expense.
We've got one hanging in the lodge.
There you go. We'll put it on a drone.
Yeah.
Done.
Nice. All right. Any other discussion about the ponds?
Nope.
All other areas working okay. All right. Lodge building electrical panel testing. Marty. Use like dummied down phrases and words for us non-electricians, electrical engineers.
Okay. So we went last Friday and looked at it. So that was Jim Schmidt and I, and he had a couple of his guys out there to investigate what was there as far as equipment goes and things like that. The panel itself is pretty old. There's a couple breakers on it that do not operate, so that's a safety issue that we need to address. There is a panel inside the kitchen that is next to the dishwasher that needs to get moved. Plus, there's another one in there that is an old style that's unsafe as well. So we've got some ideas on that. Jim's going to go through and work out. One, he's going to document what we have, and then work out a transition plan on some of the stuff, and then we'll take a look at that. And I will say that, excuse me, this Monday we had a meeting with South Central Power up there as well in conjunction with this. So there's the building itself, everything inside there, and then there's what needs to happen as part of the project to bury the main distribution line that runs through Hideaway Hills. So along with that, we talked about some possible locations to relocate the transformer for the lodge and actually have a second transformer installed over by for the pool, so that we would split that off. And so we've gone back to South Central to get some see how that's going to work from their end and what they're going to do, and we'll need to put together some plans on where it's going to go, how it's going to happen, and what any kind of costs that are associated with that. So right now we're just in a planning phase and figuring out where things can go to make more sense than what we have right now.
And where to find breakers for ancient breaker panels.
Well, and I will say the initial plan is to put an outdoor panel for the lodge building up there, kind of adjacent to where the picnic tables are, so that we can install this independently of the existing system and have a more controlled cutover for the old system to the new system. That way we can when we're all done, we can just pull out the old stuff, get rid of it, and have minimal impact to the operations. But again, it's very early. We've got a lot of work to do on it, and so there'll be more details coming.
So South Central is, according to this, going to start clearing June 1st. How long is this clearing project going to take?
So yeah, let's clarify this, right? There's two projects going on with South Central. One is the vegetation management, which is what you're talking about, clearing out. So they had people out here investigating the right-of-ways on everything to figure out a plan of how their vegetation management contractors are going to come in and where they're going to go and clear things out for that. That's a maintenance issue. The other project is taking the main, like I said, the main distribution line, which I believe is a 15 kV line. That's three-phase power that runs from just outside the Bremen gate down past the maintenance gate, and that's where it ends. And there's a couple jogs in there, but anyhow, wherever you see 3 wires at the top of a pole with an arm, that's the line that's going to go underground. And that's a separate one. They have their quotes are due the end of this week from the contractors that they had bid on the work. The next step is for the South Central board to vote on the project if they're going to move forward or not. So once that happens, then they'll start the construction phase of things. They'll let their contracts and go forward on that. They're targeting right now June 1st to start that project, which is roughly about the same time as the vegetation management project. So there could be 2 things going on there, which means there's going to be a lot of traffic in and out from contractors. But we'll see how that plays out. It's honestly the burying the 3-phase line, and that seems like a very short window to get that kicked off and get that started for me. So I wouldn't, if they hit that June 1st date, I'd be very surprised.
I would be too.
The guy that we had talked to when I guess about a month ago, 5 weeks ago, maybe, with Rick, didn't think that they would make that June 1st start date for the line burial.
No, I really doubt that they will, but you never know. They could surprise you. Any questions on that?
Well, Marty, on the lodge, and I'm not looking for a quote, but is that a $10,000 or a $50,000 type expense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. More than
narrowed it right down there, Nate.
I'm betting close to 50.
And what we want to do as we look at that is to plan for the future. We've got a building that's what's approaching 60 years old, somewhere in that ballpark. So there's going to need to be some work done there, and what are the future plans for the lodge, and how is all that going to play? So we want to build a system that is able to be expanded or modified to whatever shape that might be, and just to kind of take a look at that. So there's a couple things that need to get addressed sooner rather than later, and those are some safety things, and that's what I think we'll recommend is that, okay, we'll pick out those items and figure out how to fund that, figure out how much those are to make sure that we have the safest system we can, and then move forward from there.
Gotcha. The plan in the lodge is to replace all that old stuff with basically up to code breaker boxes and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and to rework it so that
Yeah.
But yes, the simple answer is yes.
Yes. I mean, the last thing I want to see is another fire like we had back in, I think it was 16, where basically old electrical lines got too hot, caught on fire, burnt the whole kitchen down. We're putting money, we put money previous into kitchen equipment, dishwasher, pizza oven. I don't want to have that again. So we need to keep moving on this.
Yep. Thank you.
Not to mention just the safety aspect of it.
Yep. Any other questions?
Anybody?
Thanks for your help with that, Marty.
No worries. Jim, do you want me to? I can shoot you over some equations on things later on, and we can go a little more in depth if you want.
I can hit the delete button just that smooth. All right.
Jim, before you go, can we circle back to the ponderation?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want that coming out of capital since that's not been in existence before at Lake Deerfoot? And it's
probably
ish. Okay.
Yeah, probably I'll just take it out of capital fund.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. RFID gate project. So I have emails from a member that sends to him that's intimately interested in getting this done. The best things on that is there is some quotes from Signature, which I don't know if you've looked at those. They are a year old at this point, but I don't know if, I know we have been having trouble getting them to respond. I don't know if there's a different contact in there that we can send this back and try to get it updated.
No, it was the same guy. The person that that the member had engaged is the same person that I was trying to reach.
And we've never gotten a hold of that
well.
guy.
Okay, I can circle back and try again though. I mean, now that we've got some kind of quote, maybe send that to him and say, okay, we need this updated so we can move forward.
Yeah,
Wasn't
his
JJ
email's in
gonna
there.
wasn't JJ gonna look into something?
Yeah, he's got some other vendors as well.
Yeah, this quote was for $33,165. I believe it had 1,500. Came with 1,500 RFID tags. Just going off, looking at it real quickly, but I definitely like to get at least two vendors, JJ's, and get Signature to bid on this, and see where we can try to get this moving.
Was that RFID at every gate?
I believe it was 4 total gates, so it would have been the 3 back gates plus the member gate. So basically, you could roll through there and not have to, if security's busy, you basically roll up to the member gate and it would read your card and you'd be on your way as a member. Yeah, it's install 4 readers, basically tie into the existing gates.
Was this like an RFID sticker that you put up on your windshield?
Yes.
Okay.
Trying to read through this real quick. It's a basic RFID. I'll forward this email on to you, Marty, if you want all these emails, if you want to read them all.
Thank you. Yes, please.
They're entertaining.
Yeah, I bet they are.
But yeah, I believe it. I think he said it came with 1,500 different 1,500 tags. And, you know, I'm sure you obviously can buy more as you need them, but. I'd like to, we'll get, hopefully with JJ when he gets back and find out where his vendor is, and hopefully we can get this guy to answer. We can try to move this along. It'd be nice if we could get a third quote. I don't know who else is in this business.
I researched online and there was 3 or 4 that come up right away in the greater Columbus area, so I don't think that's an issue. Like we've mentioned before, parking lots, everybody's using these things, so I think it's plenty of vendors out there to bid this stuff. We just contact them. I didn't make any formal contacts with them because I do know JJ was working on it, and so I did not do anything as far as direct contact, but they are out there.
Okay. And I'll forward you all these emails later here from this member. I haven't had a chance to do that, and I'll copy you, Linda, as well. Mary Beth was copied, but you weren't. So I'll make sure you're copied as well.
All right, thank you.
All right. So we're still moving on that. All right, Jeff, general staffing updates.
All right, so as of Friday, Heath is no longer with the security department, chose to abandon his job. So we're looking for a full-time security officer as well as the part-time or really seasonal person to help fill in his lake patrol and other duties as we're busier in the summertime. Of the 3 seasonal golf course worker positions that we have open, we filled 1, and applicants are few and far between there. So I'm going to have to close that posting today because it's been up for a couple weeks now. We'll get it reposted later this week. Hopefully it'll come into the top. Now's the time.
Would that be something we could advertise maybe to members?
Yeah, actually, the one person that we've hired is a member.
Okay, I'm
So
just thinking that's a pretty good resource.
Yeah, maybe we could get it out on club Facebook page.
sure.
I assume you need to be 18 or over since you're running Weed Eaters, and
Yeah.
but I think we get it out there. There's got to be some member kids looking for summer work that would.
Okay.
Maybe we can get them a couple more that way.
That'd be good.
So, who's the new security? Who's the new security guard? The young kid.
That's Hunter Shaw. He was actually here and left a year and a half or so ago. His one of his parents had some health issues, so he moved out of state with them. He just happens to have shaved his head in the meantime, so nobody recognizes him.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Any questions about staffing issues? Not counting lodge and clubhouse.
Yeah.
Save those. All right. Hopefully we can get some lake patrol hired this year, because I'm sure the lake's going to be busy. So, lodge updates.
All right. So speaking of staffing challenges, we have modified the hours of the lodge to be open Wednesday through Saturday, as with the levels of business on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays thus far, we were at risk of burning our kitchen staff out. Yeah, most of the food that's coming in is fresh. Nothing's pre-spiced or anything like that, other than I think the cabbage rolls. So there's a lot of prep involved, along with the cooking time and just overall just general time on your feet. So we had Aaron, our chef, working 55 plus hours the first couple of weeks that we were open, which is not something you need to be doing in a hot kitchen. So Wednesday, Thursday, 5 to 8 for the kitchen. Friday, Saturday, 5 to 9 for the kitchen. Pizza full menu all of those days. I do have interviews this Friday, or I should say a job fair this Friday at that we were invited to at Tri-County. I think it's a vocational school, career school, and with a minimum of 6 culinary grads. So along with some security or loss prevention grads. So hopefully we'll see some good luck there. Might even be able to sweet talk 1 or 2 of them into working on our golf course. We'll see how bad they want to get their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Freezer is here as of last week. It's up and running. Took all of 45 minutes to get from whatever room temperature was down to 0 degrees. So I think we picked a good one. The range to replace the 1994 Vulcan unit that is there, again with the repair quote that we got, being just about $1,500. The range has been ordered and arrives tomorrow, and with a 5-year warranty and shipping was just about $2,500, about $1,000 more than fixing the old unit.
When will that get installed? How long? With Rick being out, how long will that be?
It'll end up being next week. So we'll go through one more weekend, unfortunately, without the hotline ovens. I'll have to step over to the convection ovens.
Where are you gonna put it?
And where the old one currently sits?
No, I mean in the interim.
Oh, I'm sure it'll probably have to be on the dance floor, because when nobody here wants to try and move that thing any further than we absolutely have to.
Gotcha.
And there's no room in the kitchen for it. It's kind of like where we had the freezer the first night, up against the kitchen wall.
So no problems. Gotcha. It'll fit through the door.
Yeah, it'll fit through the front door.
And the door into the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. Just asking.
Okay.
Start tearing walls down.
Just doesn't it doesn't quite make all the angles getting in through the
I didn't know if we needed
door.
to bring the chainsaws up there or not, you know.
Ideally not. That might void the warranty.
No, I meant for the doorway, but
doors and the walls. So how's our business been? I know Fridays and Saturdays have been strong, but what about weekdays?
The one Tuesday we were open there was I think 2 people that ordered anything but pizzas, and maybe 4 or 5 pizzas sold. So I'm not feeling exceptionally guilty about not opening up on Tuesdays. Wednesday's better, not swamped, but we did 6 or 7 tables on Wednesday, and then Thursday was actually pretty busy. Thursday picked up quite a bit. Nothing like Friday and Saturday though.
Gotcha. And that's going to be typical. What I would encourage is Aaron to come up with some good specials during the week of, lasagnas or something that he can promote, and we can try to get. It's kind of the best way to kind of get people excited to go in there on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Well, and I think
Friday.
on Thursdays too, I'd talk to Kathy Clevenger of the Food Fund and Fellowship Committee about trivia nights and ladies' nights and those types of things that have been successful in the past. So, Wednesday is probably the ideal day to do those.
Yeah, trivia night I know is big. Yeah. Any ideas, for especially Wednesdays and Thursdays would be good to get people in there. Specials, burger night's been popular. Maybe buck off a burger or whatever.
Okay.
Or a couple special burgers went over well. Also.
Very good. As we're finally ramping up, we'll start getting that stuff into place.
Yeah.
Do we have enough wait staff so when it warms up, the deck isn't gonna, the extra steps and extra people aren't gonna cause us trouble?
With the 3 of them that we've got right now, we'll be okay. Ideal situation would be to have one more, because you've got the area out front as well now too that we want to be able to serve. But that is also one that we saw no more applicants, so I killed the ad, and we'll get that one put back out. We have had some interest from some members. We've got a couple members that are helping us in the kitchen, being paid. We brought them on as employees, just on a once and twice a week basis. It's really Fridays and Saturdays that are going to be the big need. So our needs for wait staff really is going to fall on those 2 days. We're well covered on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions about the lodge or
and I'm sorry, I was going to say as well, cross-utilizing a couple of those in the clubhouse.
Okay. Anything else on the lodge? All right, clubhouse updates. All
right, big news there is again the cross-utilization of staff from the lodge, as well as extending the hours and day of week operation starting next week, just in time for Monday leagues, from what I understand. We'll get the hours published. That'll be going out in an email blast this week. We wanted to make absolutely sure that we had all the staff lined out and everybody could work when they said they could work and that kind of thing. So we should be in pretty good shape there. We won't have doubled up a lot. A lot of times it'll be just one person. But in talking to Renee and Sydney, we're still able to, and they feel like they can handle getting the Keno machine back up and running. So the state should be out next week to get that turned back on, do any updates, and then we'll start moving forward there as well.
What I'll tell you about the clubhouse is, like it's any golf course, it's weather dependent.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow night's supposed to be kind of crappy, so Wednesday night will be off. But I mean, when you've got a nice Wednesday night, you're going to be super busy. Same with Monday nights. With the, we've done $900 so far on a Monday night, which she thinks is a lot. It's just nice out, so it makes it difficult to plan. But
yeah,
you kind of got to ride that out a little bit. What about since we're going to be open at the lodge Tuesday nights? What kind of specials can we run there to try to fill that gap and maybe have
at the clubhouse?
Yeah, they've been running tacos, but I don't know if we could do some expanded
Taco
specials.
Tuesdays have been actually a pretty big success most Tuesdays, so I'm not sure I'd stop something that's working.
No, maybe add to it. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out.
Yeah, I'll check with them and see. I mean, it's those nights are busy enough that unless we've got two there, it'll be tough to keep up with much besides tacos. And then on the Mondays and Wednesdays, those league nights are running league specials for the most part.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about Sunday?
What about Sunday?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be able to be open in the morning early enough to serve
10 a.m. And we'll have the lodge crew alternating over there. We planned on 10 a.m. to either 4 or 5 p.m.
Any issues with selling beer and stuff like that at 10 a.m. on a Sunday?
Not with the current license.
No. Good.
No. They've done Bloody Mary bars there before and stuff like that too. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right. On the agenda, but Rex, when do we have any idea when they're gonna do the front gate paving that we
No, I have
approved?
not
That's been
heard.
approved.
I plan on getting a hold of them next week, and actually, Jeff, I was gonna send you an email. I'd like to meet with Rick and probably you next week to kind of get ready for that and ready for chip seal.
Okay.
So I'll get you an email, and you guys can let me know what day works, and yeah, I'll get all that information for the next meeting. But I have not heard from the contractor yet.
Okay. I assume we want to get on 2020 Enterprises schedule as soon as possible for the chip seal plane.
He has told us we're on his schedule for the day after, or the week after Labor Day, as quickly after Labor Day as possible, whether we get that on Tuesday or what. So, but I still want to get a quote done, and it takes a while.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to get a solid quote to take to the board to get approved, because that'll be $100,000 spend there.
Yep.
But okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to bring up to discuss?
Oh, real quick, Jim, you'd asked about the shipping container and getting that moved and the structure built around that. We'll find that out from Rick next week. I didn't think to ask him last week before he took off on vacay.
Gotcha. And then have we decided if we're taking the shed out of there, or are we just going to move it over out of the way and use it for
currently the intent is to move it out of the way.
Yeah.
Now, longer
My
term,
preference would be
if
to
we
get
decide
it
we don't need it, then we'll get it off to maintenance or golf course maintenance or somewhere else that can use it.
Yeah, the original plan was we were going to move it up to golf course to store chemicals, so they were not in the main part of the buildings. But as soon as we move it, we'll probably need additional overflow storage. But just trying to declutter that area a little bit. So okay. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Pretty quick meeting tonight. Linda, do you have anything for the management committee?
No, I don't.
All right, we can adjourn, so we can stop recording.